Chapter 12. Now these are the kings of the land, whom the children of Israel smote, and possessed their land beyond the Jordan toward the sunrising, from the valley of the Arnon unto Mount Hermon, and all the Arabah eastward. Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon, and ruled from Aroer, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, and the city that is in the middle of the valley, and half Gilead, even unto the river Jabbok, the border of the children of Ammon, and the Arabah unto the sea of Kinneroth eastward, and unto the sea of the Arabah, even the salt sea eastward, the way to Beth-Jeshemoth, and on the south under the slopes of Pisgah, and the border of Og, king of Bashan, of the remnant of the Rephaim, who dwelt at Ashtaroth and at Edrei, and ruled in Mount Hermon and in Salekah, and in all Bashan unto the border of the Geshurites and the Maacathites, and half Gilead, the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. Moses the servant of Jehovah and the children of Israel smote them, and Moses the servant of Jehovah gave it for a possession unto the Reubenites and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. And these are the kings of the land whom Joshua and the children of Israel smote beyond the Jordan westward, from Baal-gad in the valley of Lebanon, even unto Mount Halak, that goeth up to Seir. And Joshua gave it unto the tribes of Israel for a possession according to their divisions, in the hill country, and in the lowland, and in the Arabah, and in the slopes, and in the wilderness, and in the south, the Hittite, the Amorite, and the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. The king of Jericho 1, the king of Ai, which is beside Bethel 1, the king of Jerusalem 1, the king of Hebron 1, the king of Jarmuth 1, the king of Lachish 1, the king of Eglon 1, the king of Gezer 1, the king of Deber 1, the king of Geder 1, the king of Hormah 1, the king of Arad 1, the king of Libnah 1, the king of Adullam 1, the king of Makkedah 1, the king of Bethel 1, the king of Tappuah 1, the king of Hepher 1, the king of Aphek 1, the king of Lasharon 1, the king of Madon 1, the king of Hazor 1, the king of Shimron-Meron 1, the king of Akshaph 1, the king of Taanach 1, the king of Megiddo 1, the king of Kedesh 1, the king of Jokneam in Carmel 1, the king of Dor in the height of Dor 1, the king of Goiam in Gilgal 1, the king of Tirzah 1, all the kings 30. End of chapter 12. Chapter 13. Now Joshua was old and well stricken in years, and Jehovah said unto him, Thou art old and well stricken in years, and there remaineth yet very much land to be possessed. This is the land that yet remaineth, all the regions of the Philistines, and all the Geshurites, from the Shihor, which is before Egypt, even unto the border of Ekron northward, which is reckoned to the Canaanites, the 5 lords of the Philistines, the Gazites, and the Ashdodites, the Ashkelonites, the Gittites, and the Equinites, also the Avim on the south, all the land of the Canaanites, and Meara, that belongeth to the Sidonians, unto Aphek, to the border of the Amorites, and the land of the Gebalites, and all Lebanon, toward the sunrising, from Baal-gad under Mount Hermon, unto the entrance of Hamath, all the inhabitants of the hill country, from Lebanon unto Misrephoth-Maim, even all the Sidonians, them will I drive out from before the children of Israel, only allot thou it unto Israel for an inheritance, as I have commanded thee. Now therefore divide this land for an inheritance unto the 9 tribes, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. With him the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses gave them beyond the Jordan eastward, even as Moses the servant of Jehovah gave them, from Aroer that is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, and the city that is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain of Medeba unto Dibon, and all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, unto the border of the children of Ammon, and Gilead, and the border of the Geshurites, and the Maacathites, and all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan unto Salekah, all the kingdom of Og in Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and in Edrei. The same was left of the remnant of the Rephaim. For these did Moses smite, and drove them out. Nevertheless the children of Israel drove not out the Geshurites, nor the Maacathites, but Geshur and Maacath dwell in the midst of Israel unto this day. Only unto the tribe of Levi he gave no inheritance. The offerings of Jehovah, the God of Israel, made by fire, are his inheritance, as he spake unto him. And Moses gave unto the tribe of the children of Reuben according to their families. And their border was from Aroer, that is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, and the city that is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain by Medeba, Heshbon, and all its cities that are in the plain, Dibon, and Bamoth Baal, and Beth Baal Meon, and Jehaz, and Kedemoth, and Mephaath, and Kiriathaim, and Sibmah, and Zereth Shear in the mount of the valley, and Beth Peor, and the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshemoth, and all the cities of the plain, and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses smote with the chiefs of Midian, Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, the princes of Sihon, that dwelt in the land. Balaam also the son of Beor, the soothsayer, did the children of Israel slay with the sword among the rest of their slain. And the border of the children of Reuben was the Jordan, and the border thereof. This was the inheritance of the children of Reuben according to their families, the cities and the villages thereof. And Moses gave unto the tribe of Gad, unto the children of Gad according to their families. And their border was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the children of Ammon unto Aroer, that is before Rabbah, and from Heshbon unto Ramoth Mizpeh, and Betonim, and from Mahanaim unto the border of Debir, and in the valley Beth-haram, and Beth-nimrah, and Succoth, and Zaphon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon king of Heshbon, the Jordan and the border thereof unto the uttermost part of the sea of Kinnereth, beyond the Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad, according to their families, the cities and the villages thereof. And Moses gave inheritance unto the half-tribe of Manasseh, and it was for the half-tribe of the children of Manasseh, according to their families. And their border was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 80 cities, and half Gilead, and Ashtaroth, and Edrei, the cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan, were for the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, even for the half of the children of Machir, according to their families. These are the inheritances which Moses distributed in the plains of Moab, beyond the Jordan at Jericho eastward. But unto the tribe of Levi Moses gave no inheritance. Jehovah, the God of Israel, is their inheritance, as he spake unto them. End of chapter 13. Chapter 14. And these are the inheritances which the children of Israel took in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the children of Israel, distributed unto them by the lot of their inheritance, as Jehovah commanded by Moses, for the 9 tribes, and for the half-tribe. For Moses had given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and the half-tribe beyond the Jordan, but unto the Levites he gave no inheritance among them. For the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and they gave no portion unto the Levites in the land, save cities to dwell in, with the suburbs thereof, for their cattle and for their substance. As Jehovah commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. Then the children of Judah drew nigh unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that Jehovah spake unto Moses the man of God, concerning me and concerning thee in Kadesh Barnea. 40 years old was I when Moses the servant of Jehovah sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought him word again as it was in my heart. Nevertheless my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt, but I wholly followed Jehovah my God. And Moses sware on that day, saying, Surely the land whereon thy foot hath trodden shall be an inheritance to thee and to thy children for ever, because thou hast wholly followed Jehovah my God. And now, behold, Jehovah hath kept me alive, as he spake, these 45 years, from the time that Jehovah spake this word unto Moses, while Israel walked in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me, as my strength was then, even so is my strength now for war, and to go out and to come in. Now therefore give me this hill country, whereof Jehovah spake in that day. For thou heardest in that day how the Anakim were there, and cities great and fortified. It may be that Jehovah will be with me, and I shall drive them out, as Jehovah spake. And Joshua blessed him, and he gave Hebron unto Caleb the son of Jephunneh for an inheritance. Therefore Hebron became the inheritance of Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite unto this day, because that he wholly followed Jehovah, the God of Israel. Now the name of Hebron beforetime was Kiriath Arba, which Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim, and the land had rest from war. End of chapter 14. Chapter 15. And the lot for the tribe of the children of Judah, according to their families, was unto the border of Edom, even to the wilderness of Zin southward, at the uttermost part of the south. And their south border was from the uttermost part of the salt sea, from the bay that looketh southward, and it went out southward of the ascent of Akrabbim, and passed along to Zin, and went up by the south of Kadesh Barnea, and passed along by Hezron, and went up to Adar, and turned about to Karka. And it passed along to Asmon, and went out at the brook of Egypt, and the goings out of the border were at the sea. This shall be your south border. And the east border was the salt sea, even unto the end of the Jordan. And the border of the north quarter was from the bay of the sea at the end of the Jordan, and the border went up to Beth-hoglah, and passed along by the north of Beth-arabah, and the border went up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. And the border went up to Debir from the valley of Achor, and so northward, looking toward Gilgal, that is, over against the ascent of Adumim, which is on the south side of the river. And the border passed along to the waters of En-shemesh, and the goings out thereof were at En-rogel. And the border went up by the valley of the son of Hinnom unto the side of the Jebusite southward. The same is Jerusalem. And the border went up to the top of the mountain that lieth before the valley of Hinnom westward, which is at the uttermost part of the vale of Rephaim northward. And the border extended from the top of the mountain unto the fountain of the waters of Nephtoah, and went out to the cities of Mount Ephron. And the border extended to Bela, the same is Kiriath-jearim. And the border turned about from Bela westward unto Mount Seir, and passed along unto the side of Mount Jearim on the north. The same is Kesalon, and went down to Beth-shemesh, and passed along by Timnah. And the border went out unto the side of Ekron northward, and the border extended to Shikkeron, and passed along to Mount Bela, and went out at Jabneel. And the goings out of the border were at the sea. And the west border was to the great sea, and the border thereof. This is the border of the children of Judah round about according to their families. And unto Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, he gave a portion among the children of Judah, according to the commandment of Jehovah to Joshua, even Kiriath-arba, which Arba was the father of Anak, the same is Hebron. And Caleb drove out thence the 3 sons of Anak, Sheshai, and Ahiman, and Talmai, the children of Anak. And he went up thence against the inhabitants of Debir. Now the name of Debir before time was Kiriath-sepher. And Caleb said, He that smiteth Kiriath-sepher, and taketh it, to him will I give Achsah my daughter to wife. And Othniel the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him Achsah his daughter to wife. And it came to pass, when she came unto him, that she moved him to ask of her father a field. And she alighted from off her ass, and Caleb said, What wouldest thou? And she said, Give me a blessing, for that thou hast set me in the land of the south. Give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah, according to their families. And the uttermost cities of the tribe of the children of Judah, toward the border of Edom in the south, were Kabzeel, and Eder, and Jagur, and Kinnah, and Dimonah, and Ededah, and Kedesh, and Hazor, and Ithnan, Ziph, and Tilem, and Bealoth, and Hazor Hadattah, and Kiriath Hezron, the same is Hazor, Amam, and Shema, and Moladah, and Hazar Gedah, and Heshmon, and Beth Pelet, and Hazar Shual, and Beersheba, and Biziothiah, and Bela, and Lim, and Ezim, and El-Tolad, and Kisel, and Hormah, and Ziklag, and Madmanah, and Sansannah, and Lebaoth, and Shillim, and Ayin, and Rimmon. All the cities are 29 with their villages. In the lowland, Eshtaol, and Zorah, and Ashna, and Zanoah, and En-Ganim, Tappuah, and Enam, Jarmuth, and Adullam, Soka, and Azekah, and Sheariam, and Adithium, and Gedera, and Gederothaim, 14 cities with their villages. Zenan, and Hadashah, and Migdalgad, and Delian, and Mizpah, and Joktheel, Lachish, and Boscath, and Eglon, and Caban, and Lamam, and Kitlish, and Gederoth, Beth-dagon, and Naamah, and Makkedah, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah, and Ether, and Ashan, and Iphtah, and Ashnah, and Nezib, and Keilah, and Achzib, and Mareshah, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron with its towns and its villages, from Ekron even unto the sea, all that were by the side of Ashdod, with their villages. Ashdod, its towns and its villages. Gaza, its towns and its villages, unto the brook of Egypt and the great sea and the border thereof. And in the hill country, Shamer, and Jater, and Soko, and Dana, and Kiriath Senah, the same is Deber, and Anab, and Eshtemoh, and Anim, and Goshen, and Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Arab, and Duma, and Ishan, and Janim, and Beth-tappuah, and Aphekah, and Humtah, and Kiriath Arba, the same is Hebron, and Zair, 9 cities with their villages. Maon, Carmel, and Ziph, and Juttah, and Jezreel, and Jokdeam, and Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities with their villages. Halhol, Beth-zur, and Gedor, and Mearath, and Beth-anoth, and Eltekon, 6 cities with their villages. Kiriath Baal, the same is Kiriath Jearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth-arabah, Middin, and Sikakah, and Nibshan, and the city of Salt, and En-gedi, 6 cities with their villages. And as for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem unto this day. End of chapter 15.